Hi everybody, my name is Deanna Parrish and I am the Parkinson's Foundation Carolinas Chapter Development Director. Welcome to Moving Day. I know for the last year this has been so hard on all of you, and really, if you think about it, it's been hard on everyone in the world because our lives all changed due to the pandemic. So we couldn't be together today for Moving Day in Winston, Salem. We're bringing it to you at your home, virtually. But you know what? I'm amazed at how much can be done virtually. So proud of the Parkinson's Foundation when they quickly shifted and started doing virtual events, educational symposium, support group meetings. So much is going on. So welcome to Moving Day. And for the next hour and a half, I promise you will move and you will be moved. Now I would love to introduce our MC today, Kenny Beck, the anchor, evening anchor from WXII, has graciously donated his time to help us with this event. Thank you, Kenny. Welcome.
Pleasure to be here today. Thank you so much. We've got the masks on, we've got the 6 feet and all that good stuff, and we're doing this virtually. That's sort of become the way people expect things to be. We come virtually into your living room or bedroom or wherever you watch us all day, every day here on WXII 12. We've been doing virtual interviews for a long time, so why not make Moving Day a virtual event this year?
Yeah. Parkinson's has not paused like the rest of the world. Even though now, Kenny, we're starting to get together because of the vaccine, so there is hope, and next year I pray that we're together in person. But I want to share with you why I am involved with the Parkinson's Foundation. I actually chaired the inaugural Moving Day event as a volunteer with a wonderful group of people, and the staff position opened up for the Moving Day, so I joined the staff, and the reason I did that and I volunteered is because my husband, Bubba, was diagnosed in 2006. So this truly is a calling, and it is to empower, engage, and educate the Parkinson's community throughout the Carolinas. We cover all the Carolinas, but as Kenny said, here today you're going to learn about the local resources and how you can help. And Kenny, why did you say yes? Why are you, thank you for being here.
Oh, of course, yeah.
Is there a connection with Parkinson's or anything like that?
Not directly within my family, but within the community for sure. One of my children had a fabulous virtual school teacher. That's the world that so many parents have been living in for a long, long time. And she reached out to me personally and asked if I would be involved in this. This is a passion for her because of a family connection, and I was more than happy to oblige. I mean, you do something like my line of work for long enough, you get to meet so many interesting people. You get to tell some happy stories. You unfortunately have to share some sad stories as well. But for me, it's really the stories of perseverance, of overcoming difficulty and adversity that are the ones that you remember. And I know there are so many families, you were reading off the statistics earlier, that have been impacted by this, but it's the way they power through that is truly inspiring. So for me, this was an easy choice. I'm thrilled to be here, and I'm thrilled to help out on behalf of our family friend.
And thank you again, Kenny, on behalf of the whole committee and the Parkinson's community. Kenny mentioned something. Let me explain. It's a journey that no one anticipates, but you can beat it. That's why we're here.
So why is Moving Day so important? Why are we here? Why are we doing this? Well, there are 1 million people in the United States right now, just in our country, living with Parkinson's disease. If you zoom in on the Carolinas, that number is 40,000. And this might be the most remarkable statistic out of everything. Every 9 minutes, a different person, another person, is diagnosed with Parkinson's. That's a big part of why we're doing this. Now, this empowers everybody. We've heard that word a few times already today. Everyone who is in this fight together. They're not alone. So many free resources available through the Parkinson's Foundation. Critical for people with Parkinson's disease. You absolutely must move, because movement slows down the progression. And if you don't move, the opposite happens. All of the exercise demos that you're going to see today are located in our area. You can find these, you can join a class. It is really, really easy. Another goal today, why we're doing this, it educates people about the resources that are available in this community. You don't have to drive out of state. You don't have to drive to a different time zone. This is in your neighborhood. This is in your backyard. It is also the Parkinson's Foundation, Carolinas chapter, largest fundraiser of the year. And then, again, 9 minutes. Every 9 minutes, we've been watching this for about 9 minutes already. Another person, another family has found out that this is going to be part of their life and part of their reality for a long time.
Yes, Kenny, and I don't think people know this, but Parkinson's disease is the second most commonly diagnosed neurodegenerative disease after Alzheimer's. And we learned about 6 months ago that Parkinson's diagnosis is catching up to Alzheimer's. Part of it is, come on everybody, the baby boomers, we're getting older. And Parkinson's tends to affect those people that are 60, 65 and older. There are a number of people that get it at a younger age. And the other thing, you mentioned the 9-minute message. We have, during this event, every 9 minutes or so, don't be timing us, okay? We have committee members that are going to share all the resources we have for you every 9 minutes. So there's sort of a theme here. So we're real excited about what's going to take place.
And obviously for folks for whom this is already a reality and they may not know about all the help that is out there and available for them, it is everywhere. And I'd like to spend a minute or two if we could talk about some of these local resources, medical care for folks with Parkinson's. Movement disorder specialist. This is a term that some people may or may not be familiar with. What can you tell us about that?
Yeah, Kenny, thank you. Great question. When you are diagnosed with Parkinson's, one of the challenges is it's hard to see what we call a movement disorder specialist. But movement disorder specialists are trained. These are doctors that are trained specifically to help people with Parkinson's. And we're very lucky in our area, the Piedmont Triad. Wake Forest Baptist Health has a movement disorder specialist, and Cone Neurology Department has movement specialists. So they're available, but there aren't many. So I know many of you go to a neurologist. We got Salem Neurology that does a wonderful, wonderful job, and Navant. Dr. Lucy Love and so many others, they're here. Just think of the rural communities. That's a challenge for us, and we're working on that to get them to the movement disorder specialist. But they're trained, and then we have what we call centers of excellence. Duke and UNC are recognized as centers of excellence, and I know many of you go see them once a year. So it's critical to try to get in. And again, I'm going back to the Zoom, and I'm going back to the virtual component. Everything is going telehealth, telemedicine. Doctors are meeting with their patients virtually. And Kenny, I don't think that's going to change.
It might not, because it's a convenience factor for a lot of people. Take the health component out of it. How much easier is it to just log on from home rather than drive and sign in and sit and wait? And you're talking about some of these doctors. We'd like to meet some of these special docs right now.
Hi everyone, this is the Movement Disorders Clinic team from Wake Forest Baptist Health. I'm Dr. Jessica Tate.
I'm CMA Jasmine.
I'm PA Hawgreen. RN Christy Wilson. RN Melody Combs.
PA Jennifer Wood.
MD Mustafa Siddiqui.
And our moving day team is also known as the Movement Disorder Warriors. We know that movement is key to the treatment of Parkinson's disease, and this event is dedicated to keeping people moving. Each day we see the physical and mental benefits of physical activity that our patients receive. We love that Moving Day brings all these options available here in the Triad: exercise programs, therapy programs, and fun activities to one place and introduces them to you. It helps keep us informed about what's out there as well. Managing Parkinson's really is a team sport, and here in the Movement Disorders Clinic, part of our job is to help you recruit other members of your team. We hope being surrounded by other people living with Parkinson's disease and their care partners, and all these other potential members of your treatment team, helps you feel supported and a little less overwhelmed. However you choose to do it, keep moving.
Now we get to start the 9-minute message that we referred to earlier. Every 9 minutes, if you all recall, someone is diagnosed with Parkinson's disease in this country. So we want to do something clever today. We want to share with you the resources that the foundation offers because many of you are fundraising for us, and we thank you. And the resources is why you're fundraising, because it pays for these things that are free. So I have my planning committee members for Moving Day Winston-Salem that will be presenting these resources. They are absolutely phenomenal. I couldn't do this without my volunteers. They're amazing. And now I want to introduce, I'm going to get a little emotional because I'm going to introduce why I'm even involved. I'm going to introduce my husband, Bubba Parrish, and my son, Josh, both who have been very engaged with Moving Day as volunteers because Bubba has Parkinson's disease. They're going to talk to you about the brand new initiative that started really in 2019, PD Generations, a new genetic testing free for anyone with Parkinson's disease. Josh, Bubba, please share your story.
Thank you all for joining us virtually. Thank you, Deanna, for the introduction. I want to first off talk about why me and my family joined the movement, and that's because of my dad here. He was diagnosed almost 15 years ago, and we've tried to be there and support him as best we can as we go on this journey with him and a lot of others throughout all the moving days that we've attended. Today we're going to talk about PD Generation, which is, as Deanna said, a new initiative from 2019 where Parkinson's Foundation is doing genetic testing for those that have Parkinson's, and they are looking for one of the 7 gene mutations so that we can better be prepared and know some of the causes and whether or not people such as myself, as his son, if I have anything that could be out there. But right now it is something that they're giving out for free for those that have Parkinson's. The cost of that is normally $2,000 and is very expensive for those, and normally insurance doesn't cover it. So that's why we fundraise, and that's why we are involved with the Parkinson's Foundation and do Moving Days. And Dad?
Thank you. One reason the fundraising is needed because they're going to pay for this. And when you're talking about $2,000 per person with Parkinson, that runs the bill up pretty high. So the money we raise at the Moving Day comes back to the local area in many different ways, and this is one. When you're spending $2,000 on every person with Parkinson that gets tested, it really runs up, and that's the reason we are glad to be here. The Moving Days that I've been involved with here and in the other couple spots my wife takes care of are really, really enlightening. You see everyone and anyone with Parkinson, and that's the awareness that we need to get out along with the fundraising to help.
And now we're going to show you a quick video. If you or a loved one have Parkinson's and would like to sign up for the PD Generation.
Participating in PD Generation gives you the opportunity to better manage your disease in the future, help scientists advance their understanding of Parkinson's disease, improve Parkinson's care and research, accelerate enrollment in clinical trials, help develop Parkinson's treatments and personalized medicine. The Parkinson's Foundation cares about the health and safety of our participants, which is why we offer participation in PD Generation from the comfort of your home. If you have a confirmed diagnosis of Parkinson's, get started on your virtual PD Generation enrollment at parkinson.org/PD Generation.
Hi, everybody. You know, the Carolinas is home to approximately 95 support groups for people with Parkinson's. And I'm guessing there's probably more, but this is the list of people that we actually know about. And one of the bigger ones and really more productive, I mean, they do a great job, is Parkinson's Forward in Winston-Salem. I have Keith Lawson, and you all met Keith before, and here's Carol. Keith is the president of the support group, and Carol is the communications director. COVID has presented some challenges, but tell me, all, before COVID, how many people did you have meeting at one time at Senior Services?
It would range between maybe 40 and 85 depending on who the speakers were, but we have an email list of over 200 names. So there's a lot of people out there who may not, for whatever reason, be able to make it to our meetings, but want to stay in touch.
What are some of the things, you said you have 40 to 85 people. What are some of the things that you do where you get the 85 or 100? What kind of topics are really out there that people with Parkinson's want to hear?
Well, it's usually when we have a neurologist speaking because we all want to learn from the experts.
And that certainly does make sense.
Mm-hmm.
When you don't have a speaker, what are some of the things that you all offer the support group?
Mm-hmm.
A lot of times we'll break up into groups. We'll have people with Parkinson's in one area of the group meeting room, and then caregivers in another part of the room. And they get to bounce off of each other all their stories individually to see where they are. And trust me, you hear some really personal stories during those group times.
I think it's really a good variety that we can learn from the experts, but we also learn so much from one another. Our experiences are all so rich, and we can share that.
I think that's a phenomenal idea at times, to let those with Parkinson's kind of vent, and the care partners, because oftentimes for both, they're together all the time. So that's amazing. Is there a cost to join a support group? Is there any cost?
No. The support group is free. And like I said, Carol is our communication director. She sends all the emails out for me. I'll type up whatever, and she sends it out to all of our members of our support group. It's free to come in and listen to anyone that we have speak. I try to make myself available to people if they're in immediate need for something. Carol, a lot of people reach out to Carol, and if she's not available to help, then she'll send an email to me or call me, and I'll reach out to that person.
And we're very grateful to Senior Services of Forsyth County because they allow us to use their wonderful facility without any cost to us.
Yeah, Carol. I mean, I've been there. I know Bubba and I both, the technology alone when you need PowerPoint.
Mm-hmm.
COVID. A year ago, it changed everything. Have you all been meeting virtually at all? What have you been doing during COVID with the support group?
We haven't met virtually. I had some of the members reach out to me, and I asked them about meeting virtually, and some of our older seniors in our group didn't want to do that. However, it's come to a point, we've been shut down now a year, and I feel like it's time for us to get back together, even if it's in a virtual setting, because all of us are struggling right now. Being shut down, being away from the people that are like you, especially with Parkinson's, it's important that we start to talk again. It's so I want to start this back up in May of this year, and until we can all meet together again in person, I'd like to have a virtual meeting every month.
Great. So you all literally, Parkinson's Forward is coming back, ladies and gentlemen, virtually. No excuses about Zoom. All you got to do, Carol will probably send you the link. You don't even have to download the app. You just click on it and it takes you straight in. I'm thrilled to hear that you all are going to bring people back together virtually and hopefully in 6 months together. But scrolling down is Carol's email if you want to get on the newsletter, and their phone numbers and Keith's number. So please, if you are not a member of the Parkinson's Forward group, I can verify. It is an amazing group, and it's time to get back together. Thank you.
Well, the Parkinson's Foundation Carolinas chapter is so grateful to all the sponsors that we have. Without them, we wouldn't be able to do what we are doing. They provide financial support to make lives better, to make families whole, and help people who are living with Parkinson's. Be sure to visit their websites. We've got those listed so you can help to support them because they support us.
Yes, Kenny. And now I'd like to introduce two of our local sponsors, Right at Home and Supernus. Thank you both.
For more than 25 years, Right at Home has helped people live independently and with dignity wherever they call home. In fact, many of our clients live with Parkinson's disease, so we know how important it is to support the Parkinson's Foundation and Moving Day. From all of us at Right at Home, thank you for your work to raise awareness and money for the Parkinson's Foundation Moving Day.
Again, it's called Moving Day. Let's move. Let's get up and let's get active a little bit, right? We want to get to some of today's exercise demos.
Yes, and the first one that we're going to do now, I want all of you. Get out of your seats, your recliner, get off your couch, whatever, because now you're going to get ready to move with Carolyn Austin from Wake Forest Baptist Health. She is going to do some exercises called power moves. Take it away, Carolyn.
Hi, I'm Carolyn Austin. I'm with the Wake Forest Baptist Health Parkinson's Power Moves program. Thanks for joining us today. Today we have Morgan Shire, she's one of our interns, and Tony Kane, who's one of our participants. We're going to do the exercises for your warm-up for Moving Day. Morgan's going to do those exercises standing so you can see what that looks like, and Tony and I are going to do the exercises seated so you can do those as well. So pick which one is right for you. Alright, so we're going to get started. We're going to roll those shoulders. Make sure you're picking those shoulders up away from and moving them to the back. Make sure your back is away from the back of that chair and you're sitting up nice and tall. And we're going to do that through the whole video. All right, a couple more of those. All right, now we're going to raise one shoulder at a time. So alternate one side and then the other. And make sure you're bringing that shoulder up to your ear, not your ear to your shoulder. All right, a couple more of those. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, let's give it a little lean. So we're gonna lean side to side, get our waist involved, kind of going side to side on those legs. All right, keeping those ears coming up, shoulders coming up. Side to side, here we go. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Finish it out. All right, now we're going to do some arms and legs together. So our first one, we're going to start by touching those heels out to the floor in the front. So extending those feet, making those legs go out. And then we're going to add arms, and we're going to do both of those arms together while we're alternating those legs. So pushing forward and touching those heels forward. Remember to keep that back off the back of the chair, sitting up nice and tall. All right, here we go. Let's count it out. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and last one, and finish it. All right, good. Our next one, we're going to be reaching out, same arm, same leg, to the side, one side and then the other. So nice long, straight arms, touching those toes out to the side. See how far out to the side you can get those toes. All right, keep reaching, keep sitting tall, and here we go. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and last one, and finish it. Good. All right, next one we're going going to do is marching. So bringing those knees up high. And this one's a little tricky. Remember to keep that back off the back of the chair, sitting up nice and tall. And then we're going to add alternating arms, but they're going to be nice and long. So reaching up as high as you can up over those shoulders with those arms. Bringing those feet up off the floor. All right, here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Last one. Good. Our last exercise, we're going to reach same arm, same leg, but we're going to reach across. So that leg goes back out, but those arms go across the body this time. So this one we call picking the apple, because we're going to reach up and grab with those fingers, just like we were reaching up and grabbing the apple off the tree. So make sure you're grabbing with those fingers. All right, here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and finish it out. Good. Good job today. Hope you have a great moving day, and thanks for joining us.
Okay, everyone, now I would like to introduce our next 9-minute message. This committee member is very special because she joined us, and she's going to tell you her story as to why she joined the committee. And Amanda Sieg is now going to talk about the newly diagnosed kit that the Parkinson's Foundation has available.
Hi, my name is Amanda. About 15 years ago, my mom was having some symptoms, so mom and dad went to the doctor because she wasn't feeling well. And the doctor came in to let my mom and dad know what was going on with her. And the doctor had tears in his eyes. The reason the doctor had tears in his eyes was because my mom had been diagnosed with Parkinson's. And the doctor knew what was ahead of her. Our family had no idea what was ahead. We didn't know the journey that it was going to be for all of us, for my mom, for my dad, for us as children, for my mom's sister. It was a long journey, and that journey took her over 12 years. It was a time we didn't really know what to do. We didn't know where to go. We didn't know what kind of help to get, and we didn't know who to ask for when she needed assistance. If we needed to leave her, where do we go? Who would take care of her? If she needed help with anything in the house, who would help her? If we had questions, what do we do about her food, her feeding, and why is she having these symptoms? We didn't know where to go. We didn't know who to ask. We felt really, really alone. And that's why I joined the Parkinson's Foundation. Mom passed away in January 2019. And when she passed away, I did some research because I said no one else should suffer the way my mom has suffered. And there's got to be a better way to help people that have Parkinson's. So I found the Parkinson's Foundation and the Winston-Salem chapter online as a Google search. And I found that they do wonderful things. And if we had only known about everything that the foundation does, it would have made such a difference for my mom and for my family. So it's really important that you donate to the Parkinson's Foundation because they have so many fabulous resources for people who are newly diagnosed with Parkinson's. You can get a fresh start with everything that's new, get all the resources that you need to have, and your family can have a much different journey than what my family had and what my mom had. Some of the key steps for newly diagnosed Parkinson's is to think about what's most important to you, to find someone you can talk to, create healthy habits. And that's one thing my mom did. She really changed her diet and tried to eat things that would help her. And then she was also very active. And that's another thing that is recommended with newly diagnosed patients is being active and working out. And if she had not done that, she probably wouldn't have lived as long as she did. So please consider making a donation to the Parkinson's Foundation so that people who are newly diagnosed can have their journey and not have all of the obstacles that we had when we started with the journey with my mom. Thank you.
We also want to give a heartfelt thanks to Kiowa Karen for their support.
Yes, Kiowa Karen is a great company that really does help people with Parkinson's. And I do want to share with all of you, visit our website at parkinson.org/Carolinas and click on our tab that says Chapter Supporters. You can then go down and you'll see Kiowa Karen and Supernus and the other ones right at home. Click on that tab and it will take you directly to the link of how they help people with Parkinson's. So thank you to the sponsors again. Now I'd like to introduce our next exercise demo. Christina Soriano, I think all of you recognize the name, has been amazing. And you know what she does for people with Parkinson's? She gets you dancing through improvement. It is a phenomenal program, so don't be shy. Shake it, and get up and dance with Christina and her team right now.
We promise no one is watching you dance.
Hello, everybody. Happy Moving Day. I'm so grateful to be here with you all. My name is Christina Soriano, and I lead movement classes weekly through our improvement method, which is an improvisational movement curriculum designed to help people self-generate movement prompts in a way that's accessible, easy, and fun. I've been really excited to do this in Winston-Salem and have many people from the PD Forward community join me in classes. Today, I'm joined by two of my friends and colleagues who are occupational therapists in the St. Louis area, and they work closely with our research team and also work very closely with the Parkinson's community in St. Louis. So Maggie and Brianna are going to lead us through some exercises. Wearing their OT hats, and I'm excited to move with them today and move with all of you. Take it away, guys.
Great. So I'm going to start with you. Today's theme for the next couple of minutes is big and small movements. So first we're going to start with our head and work our way down through our body. So I want you to make big movements with your head. Forward, backward, side to side, looking at everything that's surrounding you in your environment. And now contrast that. How can you make that small? Small little movements with your head. Controlled, isolated. Okay, let's do the same thing with our shoulders. So start big, big and luxurious, rolling out through the shoulders, lifting up and down. Bending all the different ways your shoulders can move. And now let's make that small.
We're going to move into our elbows here, nice and big, as big as you can. Your elbows are like hinges, so maybe you play with that. Now I want you to write your name as small as you can with your elbow. Can you do it with both elbows at once? Maybe you choose one. Now we're going to move into our wrists. Reaching to all of the corners of your space, behind you, extending your whole arm, adding in your shoulders. So your shoulder, your elbow, and your wrists are moving as you choose. And now really slow down one side of your body. One side. And as big as you can, moving slowly through jello or as fast as you can through water. Beautiful movement. Now we're gonna pass it on to Maggie to share some information with you about our movement.
Yes, thank you for going through some of those movement prompts with us. We just want to share a little bit of information about how you can get a little bit more from us at Improvement. So we offer live classes every Thursday via Zoom at 5 p.m. Eastern time. Those will begin back up in April. There's also a library of pre-recorded classes that are on our YouTube page. You can find all of this information on improvement.us. We all know the importance of exercise, and I'm not going to harp on you about that, but we just wanted to offer an example of how people that we've worked with in St. Louis incorporate improvement into their exercise routines. Your routine is essential of making sure that you're getting that exercise in 5 days per week, and know that you can come and see us on Thursdays via Zoom. If you have any other questions, please feel free to email us. Maggie and Brianna, our emails are on this slide for you. And we also have featured the APDA. We work really closely with them and their St. Louis chapter, and know that they have a large library of the different exercise programs on their YouTube site. Thanks for joining us today.
Have a great walk, everybody, and a great event.
We are back now, and we have some props. This is part of the We Move ceremony. We see different colors here. Explain this to folks who might not be familiar. How does this work?
Okay, Kenny, thanks. I got to tell you all, last year, you know, we weren't together. We were going to introduce the We Move ceremony in person last year. For me, it's probably it's the most emotional aspect of moving day. I told you, you're going to move and you're going to be moved. I want to explain, and next year when we're together, if you all look at the colors, you will all get one because they pertain to everybody. Right here we have, you know, the sign of what it means to have a certain color. Kenny, what you're holding
A white and silver.
Silver one, that means you know someone with Parkinson's. Silver is the most popular because we have a lot of people come to Moving Day that are supporting that person that they really care for. White one, now that would go to people like movement disorder specialists, Christina Soriano, all our exercise people. They help people with Parkinson's. Mine. This is me. Because I'll take my hat off right now. I'm a caregiver. And I am very fortunate that my husband, after 15 years, is doing so well. But we make a move. And this, everybody, blue signifies that person with Parkinson's that inspires us. So you will hear some stories today from the person who works with them, from someone who knows someone, from a caregiver, and someone with Parkinson's. I promise when we're in person next year and we share these stories on stage, you will cry. And it's a good cry.
And now we'd like to introduce a couple of We Move ceremony individuals.
Yes, thank you, Kenny. I'd like to introduce Right at Home. They do amazing things for people with Parkinson's, but they do amazing things for elderly people. They have done so much for people with Parkinson's, so they're the ones with a white ribbon that work with people. Then we will introduce to you someone who lost someone to Parkinson's. And that's Dave Plyler and his family. Amanda Sieg, they're going to share their story, their journey, with Nancy. Thank you.
Good morning. My name is Bryson. I'm a caregiver with Right at Home. I'm here with one of our clients, Mr. Todd Peters. How you doing today, Todd?
Fine.
Doing great, doing great. Well, yeah, we just wanted to give a little bit of information, a brief testimony of one of our greatest clients. Todd, what would you think, what would be some of the things that have enhanced your living with Right at Home?
Well, it's amazing. I think I can handle things I want to know more. I can get up, I can get moving, because I know you're there for me if something does happen to me.
That's great.
And I really appreciate it. It lets me be freer, and it lets me make more choices. But I would normally say, I don't know if I want to do this. But now with Bryson here, it's easier for me to go ahead and do things. Because even if they do turn out a little hectic or wrong, Bryson is here to help me out and make it right. So I really appreciate that.
We appreciate you. Okay, and that's one of the things that we want to do with Right at Home is give everybody options because a lot of times things can happen in life where some options are taken away from us. So we do want to give some of those options back to our clients. So that's definitely a good point that you made. Let me ask you another question. So before you had caregiving assistance and after, what would you say would be the main difference before and after you had some assistance?
And then I'm not afraid as much or as hesitant to do things on my own because I know you're always there. You're not going to pressure me and put a lot of pressure on me to do things. And I really enjoy that.
Okay, great. And now, given that information, I know that you're enjoying that caregiving. Would you recommend, say somebody is in a situation where they have limited options, would you recommend home care to them?
I very much would do that. Actually, I know it's not in this state, but you are all over the country.
We are.
Right at home, from what I understand. And my next door neighbor has an uncle who lives in Louisiana, and he's had a stroke. And she goes back, she's there most of the month, back and forth from here. And I told her we're right at home, and she's willing to give you a call.
Okay, great.
I really appreciate that.
Okay, great. And for everybody else that is out there, whoever else wants to give us a call, we are again right at home. We're located in Winston, Salem, and Greensboro. Our phone number is 336-760-7131. Been great talking to you.
Thank you very much.
Hi, my name is Amanda, and I talked with you in an earlier segment about my mom and her diagnosis with Parkinson's and how important it is that you donate to the Parkinson's Foundation so that we can support newly diagnosed Parkinson's patients. Now I have my dad with me here, Dave Plyler, and he and I are going to talk with you about how we cared for my mom during her journey with Parkinson's.
Well, Amanda, I think the best way to do it is to start from the beginning. When my sweet wife named Nancy, farmer's daughter, as a matter of fact, she could cook, she could sew, she could do everything. And she really knew how to raise children, so you could see the job she did with my daughter. But the bottom line was she began to fail and she couldn't figure out why. And we went to a specialist, and the specialist said, let us take a sampling of your body and we'll study it. And they did. When they came back, and this is what really got my attention, the doctor had me on one side and my sweet wife on the other side, and he said, well, here's the story. And I've never seen anything like what he did before or since. But he looked at her and said, Mrs. Plyler, you've got Parkinson's. And it didn't faze her, it didn't faze me either, because I frankly didn't understand what Parkinson's was. But over a 15-year period, we discovered Parkinson's in its awful reality. There was a time she got to the point where she couldn't walk very well, so we bought a small walker. Then she wanted to get around the house a little better, so we bought a hover-around electric wheelchair, which works fine. We even had a third wheelchair, which helped her in circumstances that didn't require either the electric or the walker. And finally, we bought a larger walker. So by this time, we have almost a room full of walkers and wheelchairs to help her navigate for her life. And
there were a lot of challenges with taking care of her, and we took all of those on. But again, if we had had the Parkinson's Foundation at that time, if we'd only known what resources were available, it would have made a huge difference and made everything a lot better for all of us. So please consider donating to the Parkinson's Foundation.
It's the least you can do.
Hi, everybody. Your next 9-minute message is here. There are 10 early warning signs for Parkinson's disease. And everyone associates Parkinson's truly with tremors. Everyone thinks it's only about tremors. Well, I'm going to share with you, Bubba, you all know my husband, Bubba has Parkinson's. That's the one sign out of the early ones, the 10, that he does not have. So we have Jenny who's going to come and share the other 9 early signs of Parkinson's disease. Thank you, Jenny. And Jenny is also on the planning committee. You all know that, because all the 9-minute messages are our wonderful volunteers. Thanks.
Thank you, Deanna, for that introduction. My name is Jenny, and I'm with Right at Home in Home Care, and we are proud to be every year, I think this is our 3rd or 4th year, to be a national and local sponsor for Moving Day. And I'm going to talk today about the 10 symptoms for Parkinson's. And as Deanna said, tremors is mostly associated with Parkinson's disease, but not everyone with PD has tremors, but certainly can have one or more of the other early warning signs. First is loss of smell, trouble moving or walking, small handwriting is another symptom, trouble sleeping, masked face, dizziness or fainting, constipation, stooping or hunching over, a soft or low voice. It's important to understand that Parkinson's disease is very complicated because of the many symptoms. Often people with Parkinson's disease take a variety of medications due to the number of symptoms. A proven way to slow down the progression of symptoms is through exercise and movement.
Well, I know we are both big animal lovers. We're dog people, we're horse people, and for a lot of people who may not be too familiar with Parkinson's and some of the effective therapies, horses can play a critical role. Of course, this is 2021, this is the virtual version. There wasn't one of these last year, but in 2018 and 19, the horse therapy component was a big hit. What can you tell us about that?
Yeah, Kenny, I think we were the only Moving Day, there's 48 across the country, that had horse therapy.
That's cool.
So it is another form of therapy, and it is great. It's proven not only for Parkinson's, but with other chronic illnesses, but it helps with balance. So we're thrilled that Riverwood decided to share a video with us today. Now, you all won't get up and move for this one because you don't have any horses, right? So just take a look, and maybe this is something you'll want to look into in the future.
Hey folks, this is Laura and our team at Riverwood Therapeutic Riding Center, and we are excited to say hello to you all today and give you a little taste of what you can expect when you're taking part in a therapeutic riding activity. We also want to let you all know how much we love our Parkinson's community, and we are so thrilled to be a part of the Parkinson's Forward movement this year. And even though we can't be together, we totally salute all of you, and we are excited to offer our services and the services in our community to help with moving all sorts of wonderful Parkinson's research as well as community connections together. So enjoy the video, and we hope to see you soon. So what you can expect when you come to a therapeutic riding session is safety all the way around. And our volunteers and our staff members are all trained for helping individuals mount and dismount as well as ride and find balance and achieve goals. And you'll see that we are working with Faith today, and Faith is one of our larger horses. Faith is standing next to the mounting ramp, and this is our area that is fully accessible for anybody to get on the horse from any height, as well as with any assisted devices. And we are trained to assist in many different types of mounting processes depending on what each person needs. So it's customized for you. So you notice that our rider's hips and our horse's hips are fully aligned. And in therapeutic riding, we are working on allowing the motion of the horse to move the rider's body within centimeters, the same as they would get walking on the ground. So you can see the swing of the horse's hip and the swing of the rider's hip. And in class, we work on building balance, body awareness, strength, by doing balance exercises that lengthen and straighten the spinous column and allow the rider to gain flexibility and mobility. We're working on improving muscle function, neurological function, overall balance, breathing regulation, and full body awareness. In some cases, riders may need more than the support you see here. And if that's the case, then we have a sidewalker on each side of our riders to help with balance. So from all of us at Riverwood to all of you out there, happy Parkinson's Moving Forward Day, and we hope to see you soon. Bye.
Okay, everybody, we're ready now for our next 9-minute message, an invaluable resource, once again, from the Parkinson's Foundation. And I want to introduce Jackie Brewer, who has been, she's with Right at Home. They have been with us from the beginning with Moving Day. Amazing partners, sponsors, do so much, go above and beyond for Moving Day. And Jackie, I'd like to have you come on and tell everybody about the helpline that helps so many people across the country.
Thank you, Deanna, for that introduction. Right at Home is very excited to be both a national and local partner, where we do want to help those with Parkinson's, as we do in our everyday service when we're taking care of patients who have Parkinson's disease. The helpline is a wonderful resource. The helpline phone number is 1-800-4-PD-INFO. It's available for you to call. They have wonderful and experienced staff there online to answer any questions you may have and to direct you to any community resources that are available. And they also have Spanish speakers as well. In 2019 alone, they fielded 20,000 calls. So please take available of this wonderful resource that we do recommend and encourage our patients to use, that we are caring for. Right at Home in Home Care is a wonderful, we are so proud to be a part of this wonderful organization, both nationally and locally, and helping to raise money for the Parkinson's Foundation Carolinas chapter.
Back now, and we want to tell you about another great sponsor. We really couldn't do it without Amneal.
Yeah. Amneal is a national sponsor, so they sponsor all the moving days across the country. But we're very grateful to Amneal because they also are a sponsor for our Carolinas chapter. They've sponsored all our virtual events. On March 20th, we had one for veterans, we had one for women in PD, and we have one for Eastern North Carolina that is coming up. These virtual events, we couldn't do it without the sponsors. So Amneal, in addition to Moving Day, thank you for sponsoring our virtual events.
Hello, I'm Scott Hunter, Vice President of Sales and Marketing at Amneal Pharmaceuticals. We are very excited to be part of this incredible event, and we are confident it will provide a great spirit of community, education, and inspiration for people living with Parkinson's, their care partners, and families. At Amneal, our team comes to work every day with all of you in our minds and hearts. We are passionate and dedicated to our work in Parkinson's disease. Again, we are so glad to partner with you today in this event and wish you the very best.
And now we've got our final two We Move ceremony individuals.
Yes. Now we'd like to recognize these two individuals who have been inspirational to so many. Both of them are involved with Parkinson's Forward, and they lead with that group. Our caregiver that we want to recognize is Carol Gerhardt, and the person with Parkinson's who has inspired so many is Keith Lawson. Here's their story.
Thank you, Deanna and Kenny. I'm frankly uncomfortable standing here receiving this recognition because there are so many of us caregivers that no doubt deserve the same recognition. We're all in this together. But Care Partner is an important name for me. I guess I wear it proudly because it reflects the partnership with my husband, Brent, and these 28 years that we've been dealing with Parkinson's together. There certainly have been challenging times and there have been rewarding times. But being partners, I think, has helped us so much that we try to not lose that personal relationship. And so we're both involved in our local support group, and I've served on that planning committee since the beginning, trying to revitalize a group that had really disappeared. And so we have a very strong group today, and we both try to participate in as many activities as we can. Certainly not in the last year of COVID times, but prior to that, and we hope again very soon in the future. We also have taken advantage of a lot of the educational sessions offered by Zoom from the foundation and other organizations. We stay very active with other interest groups that we have that we've participated in over many years. And so it's doing things together like that that I think are enriching and so meaningful while you're still the caregiver for Parkinson's. I think that what's important is that even though Parkinson's affects your entire life, don't let it take over your relationship with your loved one. Thank you.
Thank you, Deanna and Kenny, for that introduction. It's been a tough year for all of us, the past year with COVID. Just to lead up to where we are today, I was diagnosed with Parkinson's 4 years ago this past month. Not what the news I wanted to hear from my neurologist. However, I took it and ran with it. I fortunately found a local support group, got involved with the support group, which I now lead. I try to make myself available for other people, whether they be caregivers or people with Parkinson's like myself. I get at least one call a day from a care partner or someone with Parkinson's that's having a tough time. So my job, I take it upon myself to try to be available and to answer all their questions and try to encourage them in some way to get out and walk, to exercise. I'm ready to get back to doing what's really helped me the most, and that's moving. It's so important to move. Even if you just walk to the mailbox or down the street and back or walk around the house 2 or 3 times, it's not gonna hurt you to do that. It's safe, you're in your own domain, you can take care of yourself. You know there's always a neighbor close by or someone. I don't know that I'm much of an inspiration, but I try hard and I try to be available for people when they need me.
Of course, one of the big themes here is how important it is to move. There are different ways to move, and one of the ways that can be really effective, believe it or not, is through boxing. In particular, the Rock Steady boxing program is a huge, huge part of enabling families and individuals to beat and live through Parkinson's.
Oh yeah, Kenny. Let me tell you, Rock Steady boxing is probably the hottest exercise across the country for people with Parkinson's. It's been proven that through the boxing, and it's not just boxing, everybody. I know everyone thinks of boxing. It's not just boxing. My husband, Bubba, did it for a while, and there's all kinds of things that you do through it, but it really does help slow down the progression. And guess what? We're really lucky to have several Rock Steady boxing organizations here in the Piedmont Triad. And one that I'd like to introduce right now that is an interactive one. You're gonna learn some of the steps where you gotta, I would practice with Bubba, it's like up and down, and you're gonna learn it, but you don't even need boxing gloves. So get up and learn a little bit about Rock Steady boxing, because that may be in your schedule in the future.
What's up, guys? This is Coach Troy with LDBF Boxing for Parkinson's, and I'm going to warm you up for your boxing class. All right, guys, we're going to start here with our arms out, nice and wide, and we're going to take some big circles back with both arms, just like this. 5, 4, 3, 2, and big circles forward. 5, 4, 3, 2. Then we're going to take our arms, and we're going to go up and through each arm, just like this. Pick up that speed and intensity. Let's go. Now we're gonna go up and down. Both arms, up and down, up and down, up and down. And keep going, guys. All right, guys, from here, we're gonna bring our knees up. We're gonna march now. All right, high march. Confident, high march. Get the legs moving. All right, guys, after a couple seconds of that, we're gonna integrate our arms and we're gonna turn these into chair pickers. Let's go. Pick it up. 5, 4, 3, 2. All right, guys, now we're gonna move our feet. Step out and jump. 1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2. Good. 1, 2. Keep your hands up. 1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2, good, bouncing around. You go around and stop about 10 seconds in a row. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2.
stop, hands on. Hands up. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. Now we're waiting. Now bending our knees. Throw the jack. Stand back up. Throw the knees. Throw the jack. On the knees. Throw the jack. Good. Keep the hands up. Good. Throw the jab down low. Come up. 2 up top. Have the knees. Throw the 1. Come up. Throw the 2. Have the knees. Throw the 1. Come up. Throw the 2. Keep breathing. Keep the hands up. Just pivoting that back foot. On that 2. Give 2 more. 1 more. Yeah, we'll do another speed. Balancing it down. Put it up. Another 1, 2, 1, 2. Slide and right. 1, 2, 1, 2. Slide and left. 1, 2, 1, 2. Slide right. 1, 2, 1, 2. Slide left. 1, 2, 1, 2. Slide right. 1, 2, 1, 2. Slide left. Hands are up, with the feet. We're going to some uppercuts now. And straight up. Roll those hands back towards the body. Close the looping. Hands up. Last breath. 1, 2, uppercut, uppercut. 1, 2, uppercut, uppercut. Keep it up. 2 straight, 2 uppercut. Keep it up. 1, 2. Good. 2 straight, 2 uppercut. Keep moving, keep moving, keep moving. And last breath. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Keep it up, keep it up, keep it up. 15 seconds. Keep breathing, keep punching.
Make sure get your shoulders all the way over your hands, not that.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And time.
Hi again, everybody. The next 9-minute message, and for me this is personal because I am a caregiver. The foundation has amazing resources, really focusing on them in the last few years because caregivers, care partners are so important. And I want to introduce Carol Gerhardt, who also has been on the committee from the beginning, and she also is a caregiver. Carol, can you share with everyone the resources from the foundation?
Thanks, Deanna. I have been a care partner for 28 years now. My husband was diagnosed at the age of 39, and it's been a long journey with lots of steps along the way. Sometimes there are new challenges, sometimes new treatments come along and you actually benefit from them, so you have improvements. I also have a father-in-law who was diagnosed about 10 years ago in his 80s. So we've had maybe 2 journeys going on with Parkinson's at the same time. As a care partner, I've been there to support their desire to remain as independent as possible as they can, and yet provide assistance as they need it. So the Parkinson's Foundation has wonderful resources to help every step along the way, from diagnosis on throughout the journey. There are wonderful information resources on the website. If you go to Living with Parkinson's and then information for caregivers. One of those wonderful resources is this book, Caring and Coping. It's free. You can download it or send for a hard copy like this one. And it gives you very detailed information about things that will help you as you go through that journey assisting your loved one. There are also videotapes available that you can watch of the annual Caregiver Summits, conferences that are held every year with wonderful speakers. And the sense of community among we caregivers is also empowering, where you feel like we truly are not alone. We are all in this together. Thank you.
I want to tell you about another one of our great sponsors. Learn a little bit more right now about Lundbeck.
Hello, I'm Sharice Dunn, Senior Manager of Advocacy at Lundbeck, and welcome to Parkinson's Foundation Moving Day. Lundbeck is honored to be a sponsor of Moving Day and support the Parkinson's Foundation. So lace up your shoes and get moving as we walk together to make a meaningful impact for the Parkinson's community. At Lundbeck, we have just one purpose. We are tirelessly dedicated to restoring brain health so every person can be their best. With amazing partners like the Parkinson's Foundation, we are all the more inspired to pursue this purpose every day. Have fun!
Hi everybody. Our next 9-minute message is on community grants from the Parkinson's Foundation. And I'm going to introduce, all my volunteers are special, but Camille, she is the chair of Moving Day Winston-Salem now for 2 years, 3 years maybe. And Camille also took on the task. She is president of our newly formed chapter of the Parkinson's Foundation. So Camille is my right hand. And so I'm just thrilled to introduce her to you and thank her for everything. And now she's going to talk to you about the Parkinson's Foundation's Community Granting Program. Come on. Thank you, Camille.
Thank you, Deanna, for that very nice introduction. I'm Camille. And I wanted to tell you about my dad. He was diagnosed with Parkinson's in the mid-1990s. And at that time, certainly in the rural area where he lived, there were not nearly the resources available to people living with Parkinson's that there are today. There were no movement disorder specialists, there were no exercise programs, there weren't any education programs. There was certainly not a support group. And while he had great care from his neurologist and other healthcare providers, having the benefit of some of those resources would have made such a difference in his Parkinson's journey. Today, I have another family member who has been diagnosed with Parkinson's, and fortunately, those resources are available for her. And it's in honor of my dad's memory and also in honor of her that I participate in Moving Day Winston-Salem and the Carolinas chapter of the Parkinson's Foundation. So one of the reasons that these services are available to people is because the Parkinson's Foundation is able to provide them. One of the ways it does that is through their community grants program. Each year, the Parkinson's Foundation awards over $1 million in community grants to start up programs all over the country. And these programs provide wellness and health information and resources, as well as educational programs and events. These are programs just like the ones we've been talking about today. Things like cycling and dance and non-contact boxing and Tai Chi and yoga and voice and art and music therapy, as well as education programs and events. So it's a myriad of things that the Parkinson's Foundation helps to fund. Well, how does that help us in the Carolinas region? In 2019, to give you an example, in 2019, the Parkinson's Foundation funded 7 programs in the Carolinas with over $122,000. In 2020, there were 6 programs that received over $97,000. We right now are in the midst of that process. Applications have been turned in and the foundation is making decisions about who will receive those awards, and we'll know that in June. But I assure you that money will be coming into the Carolinas to support those resources. So where does that all tie in? Well, programs like Moving Day Winston-Salem help to raise funds that go to the Carolinas chapter of the Parkinson's Foundation. And they fund these very programs right here for people in the Piedmont Triad as well as across the Carolinas. So that's why I'm involved in Moving Day Winston-Salem, because I know that the money that we raise makes a difference for people who live with Parkinson's right here. So I hope you'll join me in that effort and help us raise some money for Parkinson's. Thank you.
We did boxing. Now let's do a more subtle form of movement. Movement is, of course, what it's all about. Let's talk a little bit about yoga.
Yeah, we are going to, now you're gonna relax a little bit. I don't think you'll need the water bottle. But you know, again, during this pandemic, the mind, mood, and motion, yoga is great. It calms you down. And Valerie from Sunrise Yoga is gonna engage you with some yoga moves.
Hi there, welcome. My name is Valerie Kaiser, and I'm the owner of Sunrise Yoga Studio in Clemens, North Carolina. Thank you for participating in Moving Day with Parkinson's. So what we're going to do today, just some gentle yoga movement. If you've got a chair without arms, that would be great. It doesn't have to be a folding chair, but any sturdy chair without arms would be fabulous, and a non-slick surface would be great. So come join me. Let's start out with some movement. We'll begin with some variations of sun salutations. So begin by standing facing toward the chair seat. Stand with a tall spine so you can have your feet slightly apart so that you feel stable and steady. Feel free to hang onto a wall as well at any time if you need to, so you feel steady. So begin by reaching the arms out and up overhead. Take a full breath in, reach the arms up, and then exhale and lower your arms back down. So let's do that a few more times. Inhale, reach the arms out and up. Exhale and lower the arms back down. And then one more time, just the arm movement. Inhale, reach the arms out and up. And then exhale, lower the arms back down. All right, I think you got it, so let's add on. Inhale, reach the arms out and up overhead. Big deep breath in. Then exhale, bend your knees, hinge from your hips, come forward. Place your hands onto the chair seat. You can be flat palms, you can be up on fingertips, you can grab the sides of the chair, but keep the spine nice and long. Now as you inhale, lift your chest, look forward a little bit. And then as you exhale, just let your gaze drop back down toward the chair. Now slowly lift your right knee as high as you can up toward your chest, and then step that foot toward the back of your mat if you're using a mat, or at least a few feet away if you're not using a mat. Now, hanging on to the chair, exhale, step back to a downward facing dog pose. So your feet are about hip width apart. Stretch your hips back so your spine is nice and long. And then shift back forward. Step your right foot back up toward the chair seat. Look forward. Bring your left foot up beside the right foot. Pause here. Lift your chest. Look forward. Exhale, lower your gaze toward your chair. And then inhale, bend your knees, unhinge, stand all the way upright, reach the arms up overhead, and then exhale and lower the arms back down. Let's do the other side. Inhale, reach the arms up. Bend the knees, exhale, hinge forward, hands to the chair. Inhale, lift your chest, look forward, and on an exhale, lower back down, look toward the chair. Now this time you're going to balance on that right foot for a moment here. Lift your left knee up high toward your chest. Take a big step back with that left foot. And then from there, back to downward facing dog pose. So separate your feet about hip width apart. Straighten the legs, straighten the arms, reach the spine back. If it's too much on your legs or your back, please bend your knees. And then slowly shift forward. Step your left foot forward close to the chair. Look forward. Step your right foot up to join the left. Lift your chest, look forward. Exhale, lower back down with your gaze toward the chair. Bend the knees, unhinge from your hips. Inhale, stand upright, reach the arms up. And exhale to lower your arms back down. Good. Hopefully that gave you a little bit of energy, a little more vitality. So let's finish by just sitting in the chair and relaxing for a few moments here. So if you'll join me sitting in your chair, sit with a tall spine. Let your palms turn up toward the ceiling. Relax your shoulders and then even close your eyes for a moment. And begin to breathe with a slow, relaxed inhalation and exhalation through your nose. Feel the expansion of your belly and your rib cage with each breath in, and the softening, the contracting of the abdomen and the rib cage with each breath out. So do that 3 more times on your own. And then slowly open your eyes. Thank you for joining me today. Hope you enjoy the rest of your moving day and hope you feel better from these last few minutes of yoga. Thank you.
Next, we want to tell you about a group that's really making a difference. The name of the organization is LSVT, and they have 2 different programs that help Parkinson's patients and families in 2 distinctly different ways. And it's easy to remember. They want you to be big, and they want you to be loud.
Yeah, thanks, Kenny. LSVT Global is the organization that offers training to physical therapists and speech therapists for their 2 programs, Big and Loud. I don't know if you know this, but those of you with Parkinson's may have these symptoms: soft voice, difficulty speaking. LSVT Loud, it's exercises literally to kind of reteach you how to speak. LSVT Big helps you take those big steps, because I know with Bubba, unfortunately, the shuffling of the feet, it's tough, everybody, and I know you know about falls. So LSVT Big focuses on big steps so that you won't fall and have balance. Now I'd like to introduce Rebecca Stoken at Wake Forest Baptist Health. She's going to walk you through some loud activities for your speech.
Hi, I'm Rebecca Stocken. I'm a speech-language pathologist in the outpatient clinic here at Wake Forest Baptist Medical Center in Winston-Salem, North Carolina. I'm so excited to be participating in this year's virtual Moving Day, and I'm so impressed by all that you are doing to raise awareness and support for Parkinson's. As a part of my practice, I work with a team of professionals in my individual practice and as a part of our movement disorders clinic here at Wake Forest Baptist to help individuals with Parkinson's manage issues related to their swallowing, speech, voice, and thinking. It's not uncommon for individuals with Parkinson's to experience changes with their voice, especially with their voice becoming softer and quieter, which makes it harder for them to communicate. So what I'd like to do today is to give you some examples of some exercises to help maintain and improve your voice, which are some exercises you may experience as a part of speech therapy. So we're going to start by taking a deep breath and using our good voice, projecting it outwards, and do some loud, long ahs. So just to demonstrate, I'm going to take a deep breath in, fill my diaphragm with air, and then say ah with a nice open mouth and project it outwards. So I'll demonstrate it once, and I'm going to hold it for 10 seconds. Ah. Great. All right, let's do that together. We're going to do it 2 times together. Here we go. Nice deep breath in. Ah. Great. One more time. Keep projecting that voice up and out. Ah. Excellent. Great job. All right. Now we're going to move into some pitch glides. So we're going to start with our same ah, and we're going to glide up in pitch and hold it for 5 seconds. So I'll demonstrate it first. I'm going to take a deep breath. Think about projecting my voice out. Ah. Great. Let's do that 2 more times together. Ah. Excellent. One more time. Ah. Great. All right. We've gone up. Now we got to go down. So this time we're going to start with our normal ah, and we're going to glide down to the bottom in our pitch. It's going to sound like this. Ah. Let's do it together 2 more times. Ah. Great. 1 more time. Ah. Excellent. All right, now that we've got ourselves breathing, using that good breath support, and thinking about using that loud voice and projecting it outwards, we're going to take that feeling and be really intentional about putting it into some speech. So we're going to be practicing this by repeating some phrases. So you're going to take a nice deep breath and project that sound out like you're talking to someone across the street. And I want to hear you say, "Hi, how are you?" Let's try that together. Hi, how are you? Great job. All right, let's try another one. Today's a great day. Good job. Let's try that together. Today's a great day. Excellent. All right, let's keep using that loud voice and let's say, let's get moving. Let's try that one more time together. Let's get moving. Excellent. Way to use that good loud voice and being intentional about projecting your voice out. Some great ways to practice this at home are to think about taking that deep breath and projecting that voice out while you're counting, while you're reading aloud, or even just having conversations with friends and family. So like I said, these are just some exercises that give you a demonstration of what you might be doing if you participate in some speech therapy, or can give you an idea of how to help maintain and improve your voice. If you're interested in participating in speech therapy or in voice therapy, you can do some research for individuals in your area that are certified to work with individuals with Parkinson's disease. Or you can reach out to our clinic here at Wake Forest Baptist or our movement disorders clinic. Thanks so much for all that you do, and great job.
All right, so that was loud. Let's do big. We have Kabler and Rebecca from Novant Health here to demonstrate that.
Hi, I'm Kabler Meyer. I am the Novant Health team captain for Moving Day, and I am a physical therapist at the outpatient clinic on Hawthorne Road. At our clinic, we see a wide variety of patients, including orthopedics, lymphedema, and movement disorders. We have 4 physical therapists here that specialize in movement disorders, and I am a Rocksteady certified coach. I remember specifically leaving the first time I went to Rocksteady class and coming home and raving to my husband about the positive energy and camaraderie that filled the room throughout that gym. And I was so inspired by the drive and the determination that y'all had for making a better quality of life for yourselves and regaining mobility. And from that day forward, I knew that Parkinson's disease was something that deserved more attention, and so many more could be helped if they were just given the chance.
Hi, I'm Dina Cook. I'm a physical therapist assistant at Novant Health Rehabilitation Center, outpatient physical therapy. I am an LSVT BIG certified clinician, and I love to work with individuals who have movement disorders. LSVT BIG is an established and well-researched program that incorporates using high amplitude movements in order to help you regain your mobility and move in big ways. As clinicians in the field of physical therapy, we are passionate about restoring function and improving mobility. We know that Parkinson's disease is challenging and everything that goes with it. So we are excited to be on board with you and help you overcome those obstacles. Let's get started. We'd like to show you a demonstration of a couple exercises we do in the LSVT BIG program. So first we're gonna sit out on the edge of our seat with a wide base here, and we're gonna go out big, down big, up big, back, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and in big. Here we go. And then switch. Last one.
We just want to reiterate to all of you that we think that y'all are fighters. You're determined, you persevere, and you're dedicated. You encourage each other and challenge each other at the same time. A support system goes a long way when you're fighting a disease that has no known cure or cause. Parkinson's disease is diagnosed every 9 seconds, yet this outstanding population is overlooked by so many. We want to be a part of the fight. We strongly encourage you to reach out and find clinics or organizations that can help you get your mobility back in the ways that you best enjoy. We can't wait to see you at Moving Day.
For our next 9-minute message, Keith Lawson, who is what we call an Aware and Care Ambassador for the Parkinson's Foundation. He covers the Carolinas, specifically North Carolina, but he's going to share information on the importance, and you all really need to pay attention to this one, of why you need to get the Aware and Care Kit. Keith, if you could share information on it.
Thank you so much, Deanna, for that introduction. And what I wanted to share today was the hospital Aware and Care Kits that put out from the foundation. People often wonder what our money goes towards. This is one of the resources and tools that are available for those living with Parkinson's and their caregivers. One of the things that the Parkinson's Foundation found was that 3 out of 4 people that go into the hospital do not get their medications on time. We know how important medications are to us, and to get them on time is so important. Let's say you had an accident and you didn't have anyone with you, and you wound up in an ER, and nobody there knew you had Parkinson's. And they started trying to figure out things, and your medications were wearing off, and they saw other symptoms coming on, didn't know what they were coming from. Then all of a sudden you're doing tests you don't need to do. Every time they do something, that's more money out of your pocket, that's more copays, that's more money your insurance is paying. So the Aware and Care Kit, I keep mine in my vehicle all the time. If I leave the vehicle, I have it with me. It's in my home. If an EMT arrives, that's the first thing that's given to them. That way they have this when I get to the ER. So it's handed off to the nurses and the doctors at the ER. If you have a planned or unplanned visit to the hospital, always remember to carry it with you. One of the things that they have is a ID bracelet, which I wear all the time, and somebody that comes up on me if I've had an accident or going into the hospital, they can identify me as a Parkinson's patient. Secondly, one of the things that the Parkinson's Foundation has put in is a medication list. So every time I go to the doctor, instead of them looking through my files, I already have my medication list with me, and I just hand it to the nurse. And she doesn't have to sit down and go through the computer looking for all my medications because I have them already. And she can compare this sheet with what's in the computer system. One of the other things that's important for me is I found out that if you're on Duopa or any kind of specialty medications, oftentimes the pharmacies in the hospital do not carry those medications. So I carry my little pill box, and every medication that I take, I have a sample of each one. Every one of them have a number, and those correspond with what medications you're taking. If I can't communicate myself and I don't have my care partner with me, they have all my medications in this little box, and they can cross-reference it with the medications I'm on. I actually take 2 specialty medications that are not available in the hospital pharmacy. So I keep one of each vial in my Aware and Care packet. The other thing I keep is my advanced directives and a copy of my healthcare power of attorney, because I think it's important at that time, if you cannot speak for yourself, that information is available to the hospital social worker, the nurses, the doctors. The other thing that's real important is that since you don't have someone all the time. You don't always have the same nurse, the same CNA. This is a magnet that can go up on the board. You know, they write everything on the board. You can put it at the end of your bed, and it actually says, I need my Parkinson's medication on time, every time. That's how important it is. We all need our medications on time, every time.
I want to tell you about another one of our great national sponsors now, Synovian.
Yes, Kenny, Synovian actually is a national partner for all the moving days across the country. And once again, we're so fortunate that they are a sponsor with the Carolinas chapter for all of our educational symposiums. So we're really grateful to Synovian.
At Synovian, patients are at the center of everything we do. Inspired by patients every day, we work to advance cutting-edge science and medicine to help improve healthcare worldwide.
Collaboration drives our research and fuels our work with advocates like you. We are committed to working together across all backgrounds, ethnicities, identities, and lived experiences every day. And together, we can lead the way to a better tomorrow.
Hi, everybody. You know, we talked about, you did LSVT loud for your voice. Now we want to introduce music therapy. So don't be shy, even if you can't carry a tune. Don't worry about it. I know your wife or husband or family's used to it. Sing out loud like I do. Kenny, can you introduce our music therapy?
Yes, indeed. This is Jane from Allegro Music Therapy. She's going to lead you when we promise no judgment from Simon Cowell.
I'm Jane with Allegro Music Therapy. I'm so excited to be a part of Moving Day. We've participated in Moving Day since 2018. I think it's great what you guys are doing to raise money and awareness of Parkinson's so we can beat this disease. So we're going to do some movements with music, and we're going to start out with something called pattern sensory enhancement. And this just imitates functional movements, and we're using an element of music, in this case pitch, to cue that movement. So I want you to put your arms down by your sides, thumbs up, and we're just going to make nice big stretches like we would to get something off a top shelf, or maybe just to get a good stretch. So are you ready? Here we go. When you hear the once you do it, and I'm going to play, hold it, stretch up, even slower and a longer stretch, and down. Okay. So that was pattern sensory enhancement. Our next strategy from neurologic music therapy is called rhythmic auditory stimulation. And for that, we're going to be working on gait, because with Parkinson's, there's usually a lot of problems with gait. It could be a slow gait, shuffling gait, problems with balance, or even freezing of gait. So we're going to start out with something real simple with a metronome. And you're just going to, because I'm doing this on my phone, I can't show you. I'm going to be walking on my piano bench. Here we go. And you're just going to step to the beat. We can go faster. Well, so you get the idea. Let's make it a little more fun by adding some music. And when the music starts, you're going to walk, and when it stops, you're going to stop. Are you ready? Here we go. Let me get a little bit better camera angle here. That's it. Okay, this time, when you stop, I want you to change direction as well. Are you ready? Here we go. And turn. And turn. There we go. Okay, for our last exercise for today, we're going to do some drumming. So if you don't have a drum, you can use your legs, you can use a part of your body, you can use an exercise ball. But this is a great way to get some upper body workout, plus it's just a whole lot of fun. So are you ready? 1, 2, ready, let's drum. Bring it down. Big movements. Good job, everybody. I hope you have a wonderful moving day. Everybody get out there and let's get moving. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Lauren Desai. I am the founder, executive director, and curator at Aperture Cinema in Winston-Salem. And I wanted to tell you why I support Moving Day and the Parkinson's Foundation. A few years ago, my father was diagnosed with Parkinson's, and until that point, I didn't really pay any attention to the disease and knew not much about it, and so quickly became involved with Moving Day. It's a great organization, and I think it does a lot to raise awareness of Parkinson's, and I just think more people should know about it and should get involved in Moving Day. It's a really easy thing to do and fun. And I also, it's been a few years ago, we worked with Moving Day and the Parkinson's Foundation when we screened the documentary Linda Ronstadt, The Sound of My Voice at Aperture Cinema. It was such a great collaboration. It's the kind of things we like to do at Aperture, work with other groups. And so it was just a perfect fit to tell the story of Linda Ronstadt, who many probably didn't know has Parkinson's. She just has an amazing career. And so that was such a fun collaboration to do. And yeah, I think there's no reason why you shouldn't support Moving Day and get out there and walk.
Hi, I'm Mark Fleming, an instructor with Golden Flower Tai Chi in Winston-Salem, North Carolina. Every year we're excited to be part of Moving Day because there's so much to see and do, and the community vibe is so upbeat. Since community and moving are a big part of Moving Day, I'd like to lead a little communal Tai Chi, just as if we were all together in person at Moving Day. Please feel free to join me and move. At a Moving Day demonstration or in a Tai Chi class, we begin with warm-up exercises. These are letting go exercises that not only warm you up, but relax you physically, mentally, and emotionally. We do them slowly because we want the fun to last. For example, try this one called Looking to Heaven and Earth. Adopt a relaxed, upright posture, feet parallel, about hip-width apart, knees slightly bent, and gently look up and down. Simple, right? But as you relax, you'd find that this exercise opens up your chest, your upper spine, your lower back, helps you to breathe more deeply. It even massages your internal organs in the abdomen area. I call this one checking out the people on your right and left. After warming up, we do Tai Chi form, the pattern of flowing movements you see people do in the park together sometimes. When done with others, your personal sense of well-being, as well as that of the whole groups, improves. Join me in doing the first few moves of the beginning form. So I'm back in my beginning stance, in my warm-up stance, and I gently float my arms up and down. This is called turning the earth. And then I hold the ball. That's what this is called. It's like I'm holding a big imaginary ball. Now I step to the right front corner, and my arms come up in what's called ward off. Hold the ball again, and step straight forward, doing ward off on the other side. Let's do it again. As you do Tai Chi, you improve your balance and coordination, work the stiffness out of your joints, and learn to go with the flow, with life's ups and downs, so they don't bother you so much. And that's a little taste of Tai Chi. Really, any class that gets you out of the house and moving is beneficial to people living with Parkinson's and their caregivers. We encourage you to explore. Thank you, and we look forward to seeing you next year at Moving Day.
Hello, everyone. I'm John Lear, the President and CEO of the Parkinson's Foundation. I want to thank all of you for joining us virtually today for Moving Day. It's been a terrific success, and we can't thank you enough for your support during this very difficult time. We'd like to thank all of our corporate partners, as well as the Moving Day team captains, team members, volunteers, and the terrific PF staff. Remember that we are here for you. With your support, the Parkinson's Foundation is able to offer virtual programming that can help you live better with Parkinson's, including PD Health at Home, information for those newly diagnosed, and the ability to participate in our PD generation genetic study from the comfort of your home. For more information, reach out to our helpline, 1-800-4PD-INFO, or our website, parkinson.org. Thank you again for moving with the Parkinson's Foundation. We will see you soon. Stay safe.
I want to say a big thank you to all the individuals and all the teams that have made a huge impact in the fundraising department here. You've learned today about where your dollars are going. They're staying right here, and they're making such a difference for so many local families.
Yeah, Kenny, like you said earlier, this is our largest fundraiser, the 3 moving days in the Carolinas. $60,000 is our goal. We have rewards. They're really very nice rewards. If you raise a certain amount of money, you'll get a certain reward. And if you raise $1,000, if you raise, not donate, raise $1,000, you'll get a shirt like this. And people love this shirt.
Sure.
People have asked me for it. So I do want to thank the teams, the individuals for making a difference. And know this, you can continue to fundraise for 30 days. We'll send you the link to this Moving Day event. You can share it with people. If you have any questions, we have a Facebook component that is very easy to do. Last year, Bubba and I were fortunate to raise $2,000 on Facebook for Moving Day. So there's a lot of ways that you can do it to help us reach that goal of $60,000. Thank you. And I do want to share this. Tomorrow, April 25th, from 1 to 3 o'clock, right at home on Healy Drive, there's a great parking lot. We're going to have a drive-through. So for those of you that have raised the 100 or more, come tomorrow, drive through, it'll be fun. COVID protocol in, stay in your car, And we're going to give you your rewards tomorrow for those of you that have already met those goals. And if you haven't, don't worry about it. You reach 1,000, I promise I will get you the shirt and everything else. But thank you all so much for what you have done to help us raise money.
We appreciate so much you spending the last hour and a half or so with us here. The goal was to empower, to educate, and engage. We hope we did that, and we sure appreciate you tuning in.
Yeah, Kenny, thank you all so much. Again, we'll send the link to the recording, share it with people. Thank you to the sponsors. Thank you to the teams. Thank you to the medical community and everyone else and for raising money and raising awareness. And now we encourage every single one of you, get off your couch, get off the recliner, wherever you are, get up with your family or whoever you're with, go outside and walk. Walk because movement slows the progression. And we want to send virtual hugs to each one of you. It's our new normal. So Kenny and I send you hugs. Kenny, now I think we need to go walk.
Let's get moving.